Hello everyone. So this is a video on how to download how to download SketchUp, Make, and also just answering questions as far as how you're going to be turning in assignments on SketchUp. There was a bit of confusion. Hopefully this will answer questions. So one of the first things with oh so downloading SketchUp in Google, actually, if you put SketchUp Make on your search bar, hit download SketchUp. It's going to take you to this site. You're going to do educational use, and then you're going to fill out all of this information. Notice right here it says that it is completely free. So for what you're going to use it for, you don't need the Pro. You can do it completely. Use Make, which is completely free, and it's going to help you complete a lot of your assignments. So that is to download SketchUp. If you have trouble with trying to download on your computer, let me know and I can help you out. Reminder, all of the computers at the engineering classroom, or most of them, have SketchUp Make, so you are welcome to use it during class, after school, during lunch, or during homeroom. You can use the program. All right, so the next thing is going to Solid Professor. So this is Solid Professor. For all of you, it should look something like this. The first assignment is called Intro to SketchUp. Don't worry about this due date. I'm actually going to change it to the 3rd. But go ahead, if you click on that, all of the assignments are fairly short. So look at this one right here is only 9 minutes. It's not going to take you very long. These assignments, this one's the shortest one, but they'll take you anywhere between 20 to maybe 30 minutes. There is one that is 45 minutes, but that's one of the last ones. But they're usually anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes. I know a lot of you were having trouble with downloading the part file. I actually did that on, Emoto. If you see there, it says SketchUp file zip, click on it, download it, and if you click on it, this is going to look actually very different, or it might look different on your computer. Notice all of these parts. So there's 24 parts, and then there's including this sheet. I highly recommend you printing this sheet. This is a sheet that has a lot of shortcuts. Whenever you're learning new programs, it's good to know the shortcut. Get in the habit of using the keyboard. If you ever see me using any program, a lot of times you see me only using the keyboard. That's because you move quicker using keys than you using your mouse. So on here you see pretty much how you use the mouse shortcuts, and these are letters. So if you hit shift, if you do control or shift or control shift, what can happen? Try to learn some of these. I highly recommend it, and do this for all programs. All right, and then you have these parts. These parts are going to come in handy in completing your assignment. So I'm actually going to do the first one with you, explain on how you will complete that. So over here are my classes. I'm going to go ahead and click on the first video, Navigating SketchUp. And think of this when you were doing Scratch. If you remember doing Scratch, you were watching a video on YouTube, and then you were doing everything that I was showing you on YouTube on Scratch. Same thing. So I highly recommend that you split the screen, have the video playing on one side, and then have Scratch on the other side. And I'm actually going to open, and actually before I open the file that I'm going to work on, you notice this building over here, and I know there was a train before, but then there's this building. This building is one of the files that you actually downloaded. If I go to my files and I click on part 1, and they are in order of assignments, and I click on part 1, notice here is the building. They already have it for you. It's already there. You're just going to do things to the building. You're going to modify it. So let me go back to the video. And notice it's the same building. It's the video. So going back to what I was trying to say before of putting the video on one side and putting SketchUp on the other side working at the same time. So split the screen. I'm not going to do that here because it's a tutorial, so I want you to see exactly what I'm looking at for each part. So over here, notice that he starts to draw or do modifications on the file. You're going to do exactly the same thing. So one of the things that he starts to do is draw it. I want you to draw the same pictures. So if this was my file, I'm going to go here, and he teaches you how to do each part. So I'm going to, and this is not exactly what you need to be drawing. You need to watch the video. I'm going to just do an E on there. And you can, so I'm just going to do an E there. You can go ahead and do, watch the video and see exactly what you need to draw. So I'm going to do that part to the video. And I mean that part to the file. And one thing to always remember, especially whenever you're working on any assignments on the computer, a lot of you had this experience where you lost work because you did not save. Save your work. Save your work. So I'm going to go to save as. All assignments need to be saved. Last name, underscore, and the name of the assignment. So this is assignment 1. And I'm going to put save. I'm going to replace. And notice up on the top is my assignment. So always save. One thing, since we talked about keyboards, if you do Control S on Windows, and if you have a Mac, it's Command S, that will automatically save your file. So you don't have to drag the mouse and actually go to File, go to Save. You can quickly just do Control S, Command S, and it will automatically save your file. All right, so that is actually the first part. And if you look at the assignments, so let's say I finish watching the video, I finish doing what it asked me to do on the building file. And sometimes you're going to see that they use, I don't know if you remember in the beginning, they use a train and then they use this. They're just doing that just to use different drawings on SketchUp and how to use it. But the ones you're going to be using are the ones that you downloaded. So this is part 1. On the second video, it starts to use, and if you see this keyboard, you actually have that keyboard in this file. If you go to C1, scene 1, there it is. And in the video they start talking about this keyboard, and there's a reason why he shows this keyboard. Follow along. But in the video you'll notice that he goes back to the building, and there's actually a window there, and you actually see him go through the scenes. And there's something that you have to do the window where if you notice, he starts to use it, or he starts to make modifications. You're going to do the same thing to your file. If I scroll in and rotate, notice there it is. You're going to be doing the same thing that he does in the video, and that'll be something else that I'll be looking at. So if you do those 2 parts, that is it for assignment 1. There are some questions that you do have to answer at the end. They're very simple questions. Make sure you take notes as you watch the video. That way they can help you as far as earning a good score on this assignment. Once you are done doing everything you need to do on this file, you're going to go to Edmodo. And I figured this is the easiest way to submit your assignments. it says here SketchUp assignment 1. Go ahead and click on turn in and submit your file. And that would complete the assignments. Also make sure to do the questions. If you have any other questions as far as things you need to complete, let me know. Once you are done with this assignment, the other ones go in order. So let me go here. If you notice here, this is assignment 2. It's 27 minutes. So same thing. You're going to go through all these videos. You're going to go to the file that you need. So you're going to go through the next file that you need in order to complete the assignments. And you're going to do that for every single one. And they all have questions that you'll be answering. Okay. If you have any questions, ask me on Emoto or come and see me and let me know.